I know it's not the result you guys want, but going 7 for 10 from long range is awesome. What did it feel, or was there a difference out there for you tonight, or just a good night?
It was a good night, and we as a team need to get more threes up. So I just, I felt like I was open enough space. I let it fly.
I know you're responsible for a lot of rebounds. They had second chance points tonight, 26 points. What needs to change in the next week? You guys see them again?
We just got to be the more physical team. That's what it comes down to. They were all over the glass, and we got to pride ourselves on that. Dig deep, and we've been defending well. We just got to finish possessions off the way we want to finish it off.
Two guys who at least started north of the border. What have you noticed about Shea's development over the years that you've known him?
Man, every year he's improved his game so much, and so much at the point when he ends his career. I believe he'll be, in the GOAT conversation if all his accolades and everything he's accomplished. The sky's the limit for him, and he's still young, and he still has so much more to do. So as a Canadian, it's exciting to see, and I love watching it.
You have a lot of experience in this league, so you know that there's patches in season where it's not a magic carpet ride, but what's the most important thing for this team to stay on track here?
Just stay with it. I mean, it's a long season, and things can change in a blink of an eye. So we just gotta stay with it, stay together, don't get down on ourselves, and keep fighting.
You had another 10 assists tonight, but getting into their paint is really tough. And so what's the difference between a good possession and not a great possession for you guys offensively?
I think that we know that they give us the most threes. That was kind of their MO, like coming in, that they're going to swarm the paint when we drive. So I just try to do a good job of getting in there and making the right play, knowing that they're really good at deflections and steals and turning people over. So I try to do my best to stand on 2 feet and get my teammates wide open shots.
For someone who's out there all the time, what makes Shea so tough every single possession out there?
Just a tough shot maker. He makes probably the toughest shots I've ever seen. He's a guy that knows how to draw fouls, so you can't really play that much contact on him because he knows how to draw fouls. And also, he knows how to get to his spots. He knows his spots in the game. He don't shoot too many threes. He gets to his spots in the mid-range and kind of manipulates the game like that. He draws a couple double teams. His teammates get wide open shots. So, he's just a really good player, honestly.
I know you guys always want to win. You guys shot 54% when you got your shots off. Is it tough to try to lean into the positives and take something from a game like this?
Yeah, I think every game you want to take something away. Even if you win or lose, you want to take something away. I think that honestly there's a lot of shots that we passed up. We could have shot more threes. That was kind of our game plan, to get as many threes as we can, honestly, just because we know they're going to swarm the paint, so we got to do a good job. But we see them in a couple of days, so we know the game plan.
What's the biggest takeaway from this road trip? It feels like we've been on the road for a month.
I think that can't take those. I think tonight, if we would have played the same way we did tonight against Indiana, we would have came up with a win. I think that we took them for granted. Even starting with shoot around, you kind of seeing how sluggish we was. We kind of took them for granted. They blew us out. Honestly, they played a really good game. We wasn't ready. So I think that we got to take every team, like I said, as like OKC, play really hard and get to our rules.
Okay, thanks, Davion. Thank you. What was the biggest difference for you guys from the first to the second half out there?
I think first half did a good job closing the floor a little bit in their ISOs, and second half they just spread us out, and it was hard to make those reads and rotations. We got too far away from each other, and then they get open looks.
They had 39 points off of turnovers, and you guys see them again in 6 days from now. So what needs to change very quickly for you guys?
Take care of the ball. I think we did a step in the right direction today, playing a little bit better, and I think more of the same in the first half, obviously, and then just take care of the ball a little better second half and play like we did the first.
I don't want to say is there anything more challenging, but when you get the start, and particularly when it is last minute, is there something that you need to be a bit more aware of when you're out there right away?
Nah, because we kind of go through both first and second unit all the same things basically in walk through or shoot around, whatever it is, and we're all sitting listening to the scout, so it's really no different. Just you get a little hype, you hear you're going to start, and then take that into the game.
You guys have a big week. What's the most important thing for this team right now?
Just realize all the good things we did today and carry that on. and obviously we want to keep scoring more points. So we got to run more, take care of the ball more, and get stops.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Pelle. The biggest differences between the first half and the second half?
I would say the turnovers offensively for us allowed them to, get back into it and then take control of it. Then they started to hit threes from that point, but that really kind of diffused any kind of momentum we would have or creating any kind of advantage. It ended up in a mistake. But again, that's what OKC does. I mean, they're like us. They can speed teams up. They sped us up and forced us into an inordinate amount of mistakes on our part.
You get the matchup again in another 6 days.
Yeah.
Now, so like in that specific column, what needs to change?
We just have to be, overall tougher, with everything. And it's not just physical toughness. I felt like we brought a physical toughness, but the mental toughness when the game starts to go or the momentum starts to swing, the other way. It doesn't have to be a 12 to 14 to 2 run. That could be half that. You hold the fort. You don't fuel it, with turnovers or poor defensive possessions. And, we had some tough turnovers, as they started making a run, and that just absolutely fueled their energy, fueled the crowd. We didn't respond well to that, which we will get better. We will get better at that. Hopefully we'll be in a lot more of these kind of, close games where we can feel that emotion collectively and respond in a better way.
You guys had 32 paint points in the first half.
Yeah.
They gave up like 39 a game, but then in the second, did they adjust or did it just?
They got a lot more aggressive. They did a similar thing to us last year here. They really stepped up their pressure, sped us up, and they forced us into a lot of mistakes. I don't know how many of those turnovers were in the second half, but I would guess the majority of them were. In the first half, we were getting them on their heels, early in the clock, but they adjusted to that pretty well.
Holding Shade at 3 points in the first quarter was great. Kind of knew that he'd find something, but do you think it was like him or defensively? Or?
No, I think that's the way he works himself into games. I see that time and time again. He's letting the flow, and happen and let other guys get going, and then he really starts to take over in the second half, and that's what he did tonight.
Just at this point, what's the most important thing for your team right now going home for this week?
We know we have a very important week. This road trip didn't go the way we wanted it to, for a lot of different factors. But we have a great opportunity this week, at home. 3 good competitive opponents. We'll rest up tomorrow and get ready for a big game on Tuesday versus Phoenix. Okay, thank you.